So I drove 66 cars this year. That is crazy to me. And the only reason why I've actually counted this year is so that we can hopefully sort through some of these automotive experiences together. The ups and the downs of 2023, the best of. Something I've never done before. So here is how it's going to work. 31 of those cars were 2022, 23, or 24 model years, and 35 of them were older than that and or modified. So we're gonna pick a best car from those new cars and then a best truck slash SUV, and then we're gonna get into the older and modified stuff and pick a best from those, figuring out what the real gems were of the year. So hopefully you guys can take away some knowledge and some experience and insight from what we've driven. Also, I really didn't want to do this alone because what is my opinion without a good debate? I interact with you guys in the comments sometimes, but our friend Elvis is joining us today from the Golden Drive to kind of break down these with us. We filmed, of course, a few videos together this year. He's driven some cars that I have not driven, and we drove some of the same cars. So consider this the Roads Untraveled Best of 2023. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's a long ride, but if you don't stick around, I won't be offended. Let's go. All right, you guys, we drove some cars this year.
Yeah.
A lot of cars.
A lot. You drove far more cars than I did.
Do you know how many cars you drove this year?
About 20, between 20 and 30.
Wow, okay.
It's not that much, actually.
And if you like target, hey, I want to shoot one car a week, which is a lot.
Yeah.
That's like almost full time. You're getting close.
Yeah. Yes. Ever since my child was born, I have not made as many videos as I would want on my on my channel. So I try to upload not as frequently as you do. So but you've driven quite a few.
A lot.
It has been it's been a crazy year, and it's like I'm very 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 thankful that I'm in. I feel like you get press cars though. I feel like that's way better. Come on.
What it does is it gives context to everything else that I drive, all the modified stuff.
Yeah, so you get to drive a lot of new stuff too.
Yes.
As well as a lot of modified stuff. Because that's one of the reasons I also love your channel, is just because of the modified part of it is always there. Regardless of if you film 20 new cars, you still have the modified, which is pretty cool.
Thanks, dude. Yeah. Likewise. We both have different styles of videos.
So did you count how many cars you've driven this year?
I drove 66 cars. And now, this is the first year I've ever counted or done a video like this.
Oh my gosh, 66 cars. That is insane. That blows my mind.
It's work.
Yeah, I know.
It is, you know.
But I feel like this is the dream though. It's so fortunate. You're so fortunate to be able to do this. I feel like it is so many people's dreams of being doing this YouTube full time, as being oh yeah, I get to work. I get to call it work. That is just the dream. It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. We get to do what we do. And I mean, if people don't know, you work at Trick Factory Customs.
Yes.
So you are around, cars are your life as well. You're around cars 24/7. You're around some insane high dollar bills.
Yeah, we built some really awesome cars. And so it is, but I'm still surprised that I still have the passion for cars, because I'm sure you almost get this, because if you drive so many cars, you're almost people are wait, doesn't this passion ever die? But no, apparently we have a sickness that can never be cured. So
we're gonna try and sort through some of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I could go crazy if we don't. Let's just run down the list.
Okay.
And we'll kind of briefly, because we got 31 cars to go over here.
Oh, wow.
So we'll just quickly go down some of them. Maybe you've driven a variation or of some of these cars.
Also, apology, this video is a little bit long.
It's going to be long.
We'll see what happens.
It might be the longest video ever uploaded on Roads Untraveled. We'll see. So I drove the Frontier Pro 4X. I drove the new CR-V, Honda CR-V. What do you think about the next one?
The 2023 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. That's a lot of words.
It is.
That's a lot of words. I have driven a Yukon Denali, and I love those trucks. They are some really fun. The size of it, first of all, trucks have gotten so big.
They're enormous.
So big.
They're crazy.
And the Denali, that's the biggest one, right?
Yes, you can get extended wheelbase.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
It's massive. I wrote here the second. I have taken notes, you guys, just so I can
refer back.
It's the second most American vehicle on this list.
How so?
It is so over the top. I mean, the Ultimate, it's
think of it this way. It's a step down from an Escalade.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Escalade, all the leather and crazy massage seats that you get in that.
Yeah.
But without like the flashy exterior. It's still it's still flashy.
It still looks pretty sick though. It still looks pretty cool.
It looks baller. It was so expensive though.
Oh, I bet. Like literally, when you're paying for all those extra names. That's 2020 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. Every name in that, or every name in that, is a package probably.
Yeah, and but even if you look at the price, it's still cheaper than an Escalade. That's all. Crazy. That's its redeeming factor.
Yeah,
but it just feels solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
The big SUVs like that. Ford Expedition Timberline.
Timberline,
dude. Okay, so what do you think a Timberline is? What do you think that trim package is?
Brown. Brown. I'm guessing a lot of woods, like everywhere, or no wood.
No. It was like gunmetal.
Oh. Okay, that's
in
just
color. Off-roading though.
I still think brown because timber is wood. It's brown. I mean, there's different colors.
I got it muddy.
Oh, okay.
That counts as anything.
Ford Expedition.
That's the biggest one. I
love the new Ford Expeditions. Like those are. I feel like I am actually looking for either an Expedition or what's the other Ford?
Explorer, Escape.
Yeah, Explorer. Yeah, one of those two. The Expedition is a 7-seater, right?
Yes.
So full-size SUV. Yeah,
same with the Denali. Same with a few of these.
I'm actually looking for a 7-seater SUV, so this might actually help me to decide.
Expecting more kids?
I know.
More friends?
We have more kids, and it's like every trip that we've ever done. Yeah. Having one child, you still get to pack so much. Yeah. And so I'm like, we need more space. And so this might help me decide what to get next too. So we'll see.
Well, I'll tell you, the Expedition, way better fuel economy than the Denali.
Okay.
Denali's still a big V8.
Yeah. Is the Expedition V8 or 6?
So the Expedition Timberline, this is what I love about this SUV. I had no idea before I drove it. It's got a detuned version of what the Ford Raptor has.
Oh, no way.
So this is the 3.5.
Okay.
This is a detuned version. So 440.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah. And 510 pound-feet.
That's a lot of power. So it should be, did it feel fast or did the weight hurt it? Because that's also a heavy car.
It's heavy, but after driving the Denali, anything feels.
Oh, anything feels sporty.
Anything feels like 10 speed, so it's just boom, 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 banging off gears.
Yeah.
But when I drove it, I was not expecting it to just move.
Really? Okay. Carried the weight well. Yeah. That's cool.
So, I mean, if you're looking, when you're in boost, it's not good on fuel.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah. But, that's to be expected, though.
This is the most American car, or vehicle on the list. The new Raptor R.
Gosh, I want to drive this car so bad.
Have you driven a TRX?
No.
Okay. Neither have I. Oh. So I don't have, that's the thing, I don't have a comparison for this. Yeah. The most, probably, easily top 5, maybe top 10 most insane vehicles I drove this year.
Really?
Just stupid. That vehicle's only job is to just be a toy.
Yeah. It's just fast, minus the speed. It's still a Raptor, I'm guessing. So does it have any upgrades over the regular Raptor?
Yes.
Apart from the engine, obviously.
No.
No?
No, it's a little bit wider. It's got a different wheel and tire setup.
Oh, okay.
And that makes the track width wider just slightly wider. And then it's got the little V8s all in the hood that you can see.
Slightly bigger. Dude. I want to drive that truck so bad.
I felt so dumb driving it, but so empowered at the same time.
Yeah, you just look at everyone and be like, peasants.
All-wheel drive.
That's cool.
When you stick it in just rear-wheel drive, put your foot down, just 11s down at any moment.
That's
100
insane.
kilometers an hour, boom, just
I wish I experienced that car. Oh my gosh.
But then you flick it in 4-wheel drive, and the whole thing it's like Baja, it just bucks down
That's
low.
so sick. Gosh.
If you ever have an opportunity, and I've got to thank Ford for bringing that from the States, because that was the first American press car I drove. So cool. And they were like, you can't off-road it. You can't. They were very specific. Do not screw up this car.
It's still fun regardless.
Stupid car.
God, that's cool.
Armada Platinum 2022.
Ooh, that's another. I feel like this is half of my. Yeah. So I'm looking. Yeah, Armada. Armada. Same thing as the Infiniti QX80.
Yeah,
pretty much
QX60
same
and
car.
QX80.
Yeah. So all of those, also 7-seater as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I am actively looking at. That's one of the cars that we're looking at too. So what did you think about it?
Now it all comes down to price between the Expedition and the Armada. If there's I know there's probably a little bit of a price difference.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no price difference,
Yeah.
the Expedition's way
Really?
better.
Okay.
It's way better. It's faster.
What's the price difference?
They're both expensive. They're both going to be about 80 or 90 Canadian. Okay, let's speed up.
Dang, how many minutes are we at already? Oh my gosh.
Let's speed up. Okay.
Okay.
Genesis GV60 Performance. Have you driven one?
Genocide? I don't know.
Genocide.
I don't know. What do you call multiple Genesis?
I'm going to call them Genocide.
I love Genesis. I have one of the older ones, but I haven't driven any of the newer performance ones. What did that feel?
They're incredibly fast.
Okay.
The materials are great. You have to love the way they look.
Yes, they look so good.
They are going. Well, it will come down to another one.
For the price.
For the price, that's the thing. That's what you're getting. But EVs are more expensive. The GV60 is insanely fast. It's more power than anyone else. If you put any normal person in basically any EV on this list, they'll be like, whoa.
I guess you clarified that it's EV, so
yes,
fully EV. Yeah.
Yeah. Genesis calls it an SUV. It's not an SUV.
It's almost like CLA 45, like CLA, like GLA 45. Yeah,
it's one of those. It's a slightly lifted hatchback.
Yeah. I won't really say it's an SUV.
Okay, the next car, Mach-E.
Oh,
Ford also calls this an SUV. Not really.
I feel like it's more SUV-like than the GV60.
It is. The front end, I noticed the lip. There were a few moments where I'm like, am I going to clear this?
Oh,
but
okay.
It's
you had
low.
the doubts. You're like, this is kind of low. Yeah.
Which, that's not a feeling I should have in an SUV.
Mm-hmm.
The Mach-E's great. It's I noted it has the hottest heated seats of 2023.
Really?
Yeah. Great heated seats.
Okay. Oh my, that's funny.
Awesome heated seats. Mercedes CLS 53 AMG. This was the final year for the CLS.
No! What?
It's over.
Oh,
for the foreseeable future.
I love... That is still one of my favorite, apart from the AMG GT, one of my favorite looking Mercedes.
Yeah.
Because it combines the coupe body style with like a 4-door.
XC90 Recharge.
Oh.
This was one of my favorite SUVs I drove.
Really?
Easily.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay, tell me what was your favorite, what were your top 3 favorite things about it?
The seats.
Okay.
Volvo makes some of, if not the best, like normal car seats.
Okay.
That's not like a sports car or something else.
Okay.
Full massage seats.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Yo, was that a top, you said top trim, right? So they expect,
I think it was about 95,000 Canadian.
And the Recharge, so is it full electric or is it the one with the... So is it the one that's supercharged, turbocharged, and hybrids?
No, they got rid of that.
Oh, they did?
Volvo was like,
that was a
we're already not the most reliable.
Yeah. Okay. I love the way the XC90 looks, though. That's a good looking... And the infotainment system, it almost looks like a luxury... Do you call Volvo a luxury car?
At top
At
trim?
that point,
yeah.
I think it looks...
Top trim's
yeah,
luxury.
that's a good looking car. That's interesting.
I'd highly suggest you drive one. Or
okay.
test drive it for a 3-row.
Yeah.
Even if you go
I haven't looked at that yet, but that's a good potential option then.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Speaking of Hyundais, Ioniq 6. What's your initial reaction to that?
Wait. So Ioniq 6 is the one that has the slopey, or is it a boxy one?
It's the one that looks like the CLS.
It's weird looking.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sold on how it looks yet. It does look different though. They are daring. That's something that new Hyundais have been doing for the past few years.
100%.
I'm still not fully sold on the looks, but what do you think on the looks?
You summed it up perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on the looks. I personally would never buy one. And that's part of my job, to be subjective.
Yeah.
But, like, objectively, it's a great car.
Oh, yeah.
And they're pushing boundaries.
I know. I really like that they're pushing boundaries, like you said. I love the way the Ioniq 5 looks, though. Do you prefer that one?
Yeah, I do prefer the Ioniq 5.
Yeah, the boxy look, I don't know, it kind of works for me. So
it's the same car underneath. This is a car that might go hybrid or EV sooner than we might think. The new 992 GTS PDK 911.
That's going hybrid?
There's rumors that the next base 911s will be hybrid, yes.
I didn't know we were going hybrid. I only knew the Caymans were going to be electric from now on. But that's pretty much it.
All Caymans?
Yeah. This is the last version of the Cayman they're making.
God.
That's electric. Boxster and Cayman. So they're going to be electric from now on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was like in the news.
Get your GT4 RSs right now.
I know. This is very, very sad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know about a hybrid 911 wouldn't bother me too much. What's the newest 911 you've driven? Because we're going to get into some of the cars you've driven.
Oh, shoot.
You drove a few 911s.
Yes.
Year.
I have driven a 992.
Okay. Yeah.
992 G. I forgot what 992 generation I drove, but it was just like pretty much a base.
Just base Carrera?
911. Yeah. Carrera 4. 4S, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they still have the 4S?
Yeah.
Yeah. The 4-wheel drive base
with the
911.
S.
Yeah.
But an S now is well over 400. I think it's 420?
It was fast.
Horsepower?
Like, the base 911s are now, like...
They're quick.
I don't even know why you would need something faster.
Well, that was with the GTS is just like a little step up above the S. Mm-hmm. And it's between the S and the turbo. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if you're already spending 100 and whatever for the GTS... Do you really need the turbo? Like, you really need to want the turbo.
Mm-hmm. So what were your thoughts on driving that?
The 992 GTS, of all these cars on this list, it's the closest, money aside, to a perfect sports car.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I would rather a manual,
good.
But even with the PDK...
It's so good,
It's like a laser precise, precision car that still has, even though it has turbos, it still has enough of, like, the sound. I was expecting it to be muted.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I was expecting that.
Okay.
But it doesn't. And you can still get the GTS with a manual, which is nice.
Ooh.
Turbo you can't get with manual. That's another big thing.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, we'll knock out these Hondas. Accord Hybrid, the new Accord Hybrid. It is not a plug-in hybrid. It's a fully self-contained, just standard, like the Priuses.
Yep.
Just a hybrid.
Okay.
And I got, over the week, 46 miles per gallon, or
Oh.
5.1 liters per 100 kilometers.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's really good.
That's not bad.
No plugging in, no headaches.
That's no plugging in.
Yeah, 46 miles per gallon. And they're cheap, that's the thing, 46,000 Canadian.
So you have all the benefits of, and not EV, but all the benefits of a hybrid.
Yes.
But you don't have to plug in.
Yeah.
That's cool.
To me, that was like, just if I wanted a no headaches,
yes.
I want to blend in with traffic,
yeah.
It looks sharp, it's a big, full-size sedan, boom.
Yeah, that's a cool car.
Great. Civic Si. Outlander plug-in hybrid Mitsubishi Outlander.
No clue what even that looks like.
Dude, when I got in this car,
no clue.
When I got in this, I reluctantly took it as a press vehicle.
Okay.
I didn't, but they were like, okay, do you want some to get in with Mitsubishi? I'm like, yes. I stepped in this vehicle, man. I was like, oh, this is what Mitsubishi has been doing.
Were you surprised? Good surprise or bad surprise? Okay.
Really good. The
Okay.
materials are, the leather, it's got real leather.
Okay. Not vegan leather.
Some cars on this list.
Oh, gosh.
Polestar, and
okay.
they have some vegan stuff.
Nothing against vegan leather, but
no.
It's not real leather.
It's sustainable. It doesn't smell the same.
No.
Yeah, the Outlander's amazing.
Really?
I drove it. My girlfriend and I took my 3 nieces up to the Okanagan. 4 hours there, 4 hours back.
So you had some good seat time with it.
3-row, probably the smallest.
Why
3-row
why are all the
SUV.
cars 3? I feel like they're making everything 3 rows these days.
Yeah.
Like the Volkswagen Tiguan. It's now you can get it in 3-row now.
Insane. That's
I know. I was thinking about this yesterday. Why are they making everything 3-row?
Like,
that's a rant for another day.
You or I could not fit in these third rows. No, we're not. Yeah, the big thing is it's one of the only, well, at the time I drove it, it was the only plug-in hybrid that you can DC fast charge, which is a big thing.
I did not know that, so a lot of them couldn't do that.
None of them can, as far as I know.
Okay.
Maybe now it's changed, but this was like 7 months ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, great. I was surprised by it. And for the money, it's a great option. Polestar 2, the sedan.
I love Polestar.
They look great, right?
Yeah, they look
Have
good.
you driven one?
No, I haven't driven any Polestar yet.
Here's one. Here's the first vehicle on the list where I'm like, this is not a great vehicle. Ford Bronco Sport Heritage. Have you driven the new Toyota Crown?
No, I've driven the old Toyota Crown.
Okay. What year was the one you drove?
90s. I don't remember. No, or maybe early 2000s. Like
Okay.
early Toyota, not early Toyota.
Was it
Crown, but
V6 or inline? Was it a 1J?
I don't remember.
Oh no, they're mostly V6.
I don't remember what engine it had, but I remember it was. I also didn't really pay attention to the driving experience as much. I was just like, oh my god, this was one of the first right-hand drive cars I ever drove.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
Try not to hit
I know.
the wipers and
yes,
stuff.
still
Yeah,
make that
yeah.
mistake. But the new one, when I found out that they were having a new one, I was like, wow, because the old one was nice. Like that was a sick car. I was very sad it didn't come to the States initially. So
Yeah.
I guess they changed that for it's North America, full North America. Like
Yeah,
oh,
but
wow.
they're not bringing the luxury variants to North America.
That's weird, but okay.
It is. So it's not really like what we think of the Crown.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove an older one at the same time as this, which is probably a similar experience to you. Like did the one you drove have the vents that like swing?
Yes. That was so weird. That was one thing that stood out. Did they carry it over to the new one or no?
No. I made a point of that. Kind of dumb, but
that would have been so cool though.
I made a point. I'm like, it's not what you think. What we think of enthusiasts who know what a Crown already was is today. It's not that, but it's cool. The suspension, probably one of the best riding sedans I drove. Last page of new cars. Nissan Z. Go.
My Z is still not here. Ordered that thing 2 years ago now. Over 2 years. Still not here. It's fine.
It's gone, man.
But I know I'm
gave it
thinking
to
of
someone else.
honestly canceling my order. Like I'm just going either with the 370Z or something. Just because when you drove it, yeah, it is fast. And that was a great car. Like that was fast. But at the same time, comparing it to a it's so similar. It's a lot more similar to the 370Z than I thought. The interior is almost identical except the digital display. The suspension, from looking underneath, because I've seen a few after that, almost identical to a 370Z.
Okay.
Yeah. Like very similar. Like, and so the body is pretty much different, and like the engine is different.
Body and the engine.
That's
the steering.
Oh, I guess it's
The
electric.
steering.
Is it electric power?
Yeah, it's
steering
electric
now?
power steering.
What were your thoughts on the Z?
I love the Z. I like it in a vacuum.
If
If you
nothing
ignore
else,
the Supra,
yeah.
the Z, and it's not that it's not a great car.
Yeah.
I think in 5 years from now, that'll be a great buy.
Oh yeah, because manual transmission,
Yeah.
400 horsepower, twin turbos.
So much power. You need to get the performance back though. You have to get
Because that comes with what, LSD?
LSD is a must. And I
What else?
slid that car, and it was predictable.
Really?
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was, it bit back a couple times. But
Yeah, that was a cool car, and it felt fast. Like, as much as, I was like, oh, I'll get a 370 now just because I can't get the new Z. That car was quick. Like, it was in the low end from, like, I feel like there was power, like, everywhere. Like, every time you flew it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what technology are you using? You did feel a little bit of lag, the tiniest bit, but it was well managed.
But yeah, if you go for a Nissan Z, you literally, I would not buy that car without the performance pack. It's not
Z
worth it.
versus Supra.
I haven't driven a manual Supra, so I can't accurately and in honest give that assessment.
Because the Supra has two motors, right? A 4 and a 6-cylinder.
Yeah, from what I've heard, don't bother with the 4.
Really?
That's what I've heard. Yeah. The sound, just comparing sound, the Supra sounds way better.
The Z's like, it's like you're just. It's compared to the 370Z. Like that turbo, I don't know what they put in it, but it's just so quiet.
I like it. I like the sound of the New Z better than the sound of the NA 370.
Really?
That's just me. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know. But yeah, the Supra sounds a lot better though. Oh my
sounds a lot
gosh,
better.
it sounds a lot better.
Mazda CX-90. Do you know what this is?
It's a 3-row. It's a new 3-row SUV, right?
Yeah, you're in the.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it, but I like the way it looked.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only thing I remember.
It's got an inline 6. Mazda built an inline 6 turbo
just for this car.
just for this vehicle.
Wow.
And my only thing is just, please, to the Mazda car gods, bring us a sedan. I don't even care if it's automatic with this engine. Rear wheel drive.
Manual.
Manual rear would be the ideal, but even all wheel drive, automatic.
That would be sick.
The engine's great. It's smooth. I didn't drive the plug-in hybrid, but Ford Escape ST line, a Volvo S60 Recharge, Integra Type S. Have you driven the new Type R or?
I've driven the old Type S.
The RSX Type S?
Yeah, so I guess I'm missing Type S's. Yes, I've driven the RSX Type S, but I haven't driven the Integra Type S yet, no. Was that manual?
They only come in manual.
Okay.
It's a Type R, but with...
Yo, what? Same motor?
Yeah. Manual 320 horsepower, 3-something pound-feet.
That's cool.
It's quick, man. I drove this up to Kelowna and back. It was, easily the best front-wheel drive new car I've driven.
Wow.
Veloster N has nothing on this. And that's a good car.
I love that car drives great. I love driving that car.
That's another car we did a couple videos on, but the only downside, if you look at it as a downside, it's not all-wheel drive. Mm-hmm. Hyundai Kona N-Line. I drove the new RS3. The new Audi RS3. Now
that was a cool video.
Thanks, bro.
That was a good video.
That video could not have happened without Adam from Van City Audi.
So fat. That car is sick. I love RS3s.
They're cool. Have you driven any of them?
No. I've done does the S or RS4 S4 do they have the same engine?
No, that's the big difference.
Really?
The S4 I believe is a 4-cylinder. This is the 5-cylinder. Turbo.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I have done S4, S5.
Yeah. So
RS5,
TT engine, TT RS3. This car was insane. The one I drove, this kind of drops down into the modified segment because it was on 40% ethanol. JB4 tune. It was at 510 wheel horsepower.
That seemed like a lot of fun.
So much fun.
I love that 5-cylinder. The sounds it makes, delicious.
Talk about Nissan Z sounding. And
it's night and day. Night and day. I love that car.
Hopefully it'll come to Canada. That's what I had to go. We went to Vegas to drive these cars. Yeah. It's not currently available in Canada.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
Due to emissions or something was a change. The big change with that car is the rear diff. Torque vector.
Oh, that's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Overspin. We slid.
I notice it when you're driving. It's not like one of those gimmicks.
No, when you're driving normally, you don't feel it. Mm-hmm. But when you begin pushing it, what it did was take out any of that Audi understeer.
Oh,
when you're trying to
you're not just plowing straight ahead when you're going into a corner.
You can actually power out when your instincts tell you to.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
The seats are great.
The proportions of the car is almost perfect. I think for me, in a day of cars that are so massive and so big, it's just small and it's 4 doors. It's glorious.
Yeah, it's a dying breed. It's a sedan, but it still has a muscular look to it. Yes. Which is something the Golf R does not have, which we'll get to.
Do they have the same engine? No.
No,
they're different. No. Okay.
Same diff in the back though.
Okay,
it's the same torque vectoring thing. 2020 McLaren GT. This was, I believe, the only supercar I drove this year.
What were your thoughts?
I didn't like it as much as the 720S.
Makes sense, yeah, because it's a GT too.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't quite as fast. But again, I had just gotten out of the other RS3, which had 700 wheel horsepower. So the McLaren, it was bad timing. The McLaren GT felt quick, but it wasn't blowing me away in terms of speed. But the room in that car is crazy.
Space.
Yeah, space.
Oh, okay.
In the back with the hatch. You can't see the engine, so you can just stick all your luggage on top of it.
There's no space to even open the engine, for the peasants like us. Okay, cool.
No, even if you can afford the car, I'm pretty sure you have to bring it to a McLaren.
That's what they want these days.
And I was driving it in traffic, which gave me a new kind of appreciation for the great visibility those cars have.
Okay. Did you have any of the McLaren issues? Any weird things happen? Okay.
Well,
let me tell you. Okay. What happened?
2 things happened. I went to pick up the e-brake, and the e-brake little lever, it's a little plastic lever.
Just popped off.
It popped right off. A little plastic piece. I was freaked out for a second because a fault came up on the screen.
After you hit it. Oh yeah, no! It was
go to McLaren service
just
the car.
Parking
and the e-brake was on, and we were in a no parking zone.
Oh yeah,
can't make this up.
Oh my
sweating,
gosh.
I began sweating downtown Vancouver. But anyway, so I ended up putting it back on. It eventually turned the car off, turned it on. It was fine.
McLaren, come on, man. I heard in the new Artura, it's more, they focus more on like quality. Like it's, things are actually, I'll reserve my comments until I drive that, but the 720S that I drove didn't really fall. I mean, I didn't live with it like as long as you did.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't with it for like a day or two or whatever. So I just drove it for like an hour or two. So nothing fell out, nothing like broke when I was driving it. But I have heard of a lot of McLaren owners complaining of like quality issues.
What did you think of the 720S?
Glorious. I loved that car.
Amazing.
I love the sound. You hear all the turbo noises. It was fast. Like the fact that there's no, because I don't think it has sway bars in the front.
No,
yeah,
it has the
that
crazy.
blew my mind.
That's something that the GT, it's very similar to the 720. It has the 4-liter. The one thing it doesn't have is that suspension.
Really?
The crazy suspension.
Oh, what? Oh, really?
No.
Huh, I guess, yeah, it is cheaper than the 720.
Yeah.
So and it's meant to be a GT car too. So yeah, I'm wondering why they didn't put it though, because I feel like it wouldn't have made it lighter, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that was a cool car. I love the 720.
Crazy.
Oh, so sick. Fast.
So fast. Is that
fast.
It's one of the fastest cars I've ever driven. Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
No.
The Ferrari, the F12 felt
Really?
almost,
Did that feel almost as quick?
almost as quick.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe because it was very like the 720S was more like you build boost, and then like at the top end it was pretty fast. But
yeah,
with
you build momentum.
Yeah, but with the F12, which we're probably gonna get to, it was instant power. Like you didn't wait for it, and it delivered it. The sound, so it felt
It's
sound.
more visceral.
It felt way more visceral. The McLaren was like it was fast, but it didn't feel as fast, probably because of the lack of as much sound or craziness.
It's effortless.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly effortless and just smooth.
Yeah. Did you also know that McLarens do not have an oil pressure sensor?
What?
Yes. That's also why...
That's like not having like
I know
the most crucial piece of the engine.
That's also why a lot of them blow up. It's because once you start tuning it, a lot of people like. I think there might be a solution for putting like aftermarket, like in the aftermarket, but McLaren does not supply it with an oil pressure.
Wow, why
sensor? I have no clue why.
There's some
I don't know.
wizardry going
so
on.
I might be wrong, but I think that is that's one thing I was like, wait.
I mean,
really?
they also don't. The 720 also doesn't have a proper LSD. It's an open diff, so that's kind of weird too.
Yeah, but it still handles well though.
Yeah,
like you don't really notice it as much in the. I don't know.
But the GT is more. Yeah, just to kind of sum it up. I mean, it's still got the doors. Oh, that was the second thing. The hydraulic in the door. Was making noise.
Oh no!
It was making noise.
And that's a new car, relatively new.
It's a 2020. You can still buy them brand new from McLaren. You're just basically at this point waiting for the 750S.
Yeah, that's true.
V60 Volvo Polestar. I said that backwards, but 2024.
I don't know what that looks like.
V60 is a wagon.
Oh, it's a wagon.
It's a wagon.
Oh, that's cool.
Volvo is killing the wagons.
Okay.
So the thing with the V60 Polestar Recharge, again, long name.
Yeah.
If you want a V60 Polestar, it's the Recharge. You can only get the Recharge.
Okay.
And if you want a V60 Recharge, you have to get the crazy Polestar with the big brakes and the adjustable suspension.
Okay.
You have to manually adjust the dampers, pop the hood.
Yo, you have adjustable dampers?
Öhlins.
Oh, that's...
Öhlins dampers.
What's OEM?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What's it?
You have to take the rear wheels off to adjust the rears. I did not do that.
Okay, that is so cool. I did not know they had Öhlins from the factory.
Yeah, man.
What does that thing cost? Like, I'm guessing 100 G's?
No.
Less?
It's not that much,
80?
I want to say about 80 Canadian. I'm going to put prices up when I can in the video.
Okay. No, I want to see that. I've never seen that. I didn't even know they made it that, like, in a wagon.
Yeah. So it's the same powertrain as, like, the S60, 455 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque.
Okay.
Like, just fast.
Yeah, it's fast.
Faster than anybody needs. Yeah, but it's just confusing, because it's like, if you just want a plug-in hybrid Volvo wagon, you have to get this crazy suspension.
Extreme one.
Like,
which is, I'm like...
and...
But I guess not a lot of people, mostly car guys, are people that are interested in wagons. Like, And so you wouldn't, because I don't even think Audi sells the this A6 here.
I think you can...
the wagon.
You can get an RS6.
RX-6,
I don't know if you can get
the
lower
regular,
tier.
exactly, which is what I might be. Yeah, like they might just want, because they're like, okay, mainly car enthusiasts are probably going to buy
100%. Because it's cool.
Exactly.
Wagons are cool.
Exactly, because it's cool. So, because if you're a parent or you're, not a lot of regular people buy regular wagons, because if you're, have a big family, you want an SUV. So only car guys want the wagon. So maybe that makes sense why they sold or sell it as the crazy one. That's what you can only get, but I don't know.
To me, the car itself makes sense driving it. It drives well.
Does it feel massive? The wheelbase?
It's heavy. It feels heavy. It's a heavy car. But, I mean, the one downside, the one fault, the big fault, is it doesn't have paddles.
Okay.
And the shifter... you have to shift it left or right to go up or down in gears. I'm like, it's so close to being a fully fledged enthusiast car, but it's not.
That's weird, because you would think if it has Öhlins, it has big brakes, all of this performance stuff, it's the Polestar.
Yeah.
You would think they would supply that with,
like,
paddles at least.
No paddles.
That's weird. Okay, that is weird.
I think it's just because they're phasing it out. I think that's what it is. So
okay,
great car though. Yeah. GR Corolla.
I was so jealous I missed that shoot. I was so jealous I missed that. I was at SEMA that week, so...
Too bad.
I was so sad.
Too bad you're at SEMA.
I was so mad. I was like, I want to drive either the Corolla or the Yaris.
Yaris, yeah, we
that's
don't
not
get
legal.
that.
Yeah, that's not legal here, but how was it?
Amazing. It's bare bones, it's stripped out, it's
you got the Morizo?
No, the base.
Okay,
I got the core.
Okay.
So yeah, it still had back seats.
Mm-hmm.
I just mean stripped out in compared to the Integra Type S.
Okay.
Integra Type S, leather, cool, heated seats. You get heated steering wheel. The core has none of that.
Okay.
No heated seats, no heated steering wheel.
So they give you only what you need.
Yeah.
The basics. That's cool.
300 horsepower, manual, all-wheel drive.
40s? Price? 40,000-ish?
Or
more?
MSRP I want to say is 52.
All-wheel drive, 300 horsepower. That's not bad.
Yeah, the Integra is about 10 grand more.
And that's not bad, man.
Base to Type S, yeah.
That is a almost perfect daily driver. Like if
it is. It's a little bit stiff.
Okay.
To be a daily, I would daily it.
I would daily it.
But we're still young.
Yeah, we're young enough. That's fine.
And it can send more. It can send 70%.
That is just cool. I am so surprised Toyota made this car. In a world where everyone is going electric, putting smaller motors and things. I mean, this is a small motor, but the fact that they made the thing is insane, because it was supposed to be meant for what's it called? It was like a
WRC.
Oh yeah, no, the GR Yaris was the homologation car, but never really got to never really got to race.
No.
So
and then they just kind of, I guess, took advantage of it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we have the powertrain, we've invested all this money. Why not?
The Mazda CX-50. We talked about this briefly. Is it the best? I think it's the best SUV on sale today under $50,000.
Really?
Canadian, yeah.
Okay. 5-seater?
Yeah, it's 5-seater, 320 pound-feet of torque.
Okay.
It's got plenty of torque, 256 horsepower. Golf R, the new Golf R 6
I love Golf Rs. What did you think?
Thank you, Paul and Frank at PG Performance.
What did you think?
Great.
Okay.
I mean, if you were to drive a Mark 6, the original Golf R, compared to the Golf R now, they are so wildly different.
Yeah.
You can feel like it's refined. The shifter is still got a little bit of BMW,
rubbery.
Yeah.
The bushing feel.
I was going to say slop. It's not sloppy.
It just feels like it's weird. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't have that weight. Like the GR Corolla, click, click, click.
That's...
You know?
I have heard that is an amazing, or one of the best shifters in a car today. 2023 car. So I'm curious. I'm so jealous I didn't drive that Corolla, but it's fine. It's fine.
Golf R is great though. Golf R is, if you just want a one car, a daily one car hatchback, do it all. Boom, that's it.
So would you take that or the Corolla?
I'd take the Corolla, just because I can deal with this slightly stiffer suspension. Yeah. I think I would take the Corolla. Yeah, just because I like Japanese cars.
Yeah, I know. I would.
That's
take the Corolla. I haven't driven the Corolla yet, but I would take the Corolla.
And it looks better.
It looked pretty cool.
The Golf is simple. which is, I guess, its asset. Okay, that's the new cars, you guys.
Wow, that was a lot of cars.
Too many cars. I pretty much know what the best new car.
Okay.
I think I already have chosen.
Okay.
And then my best SUV/truck. Even if you haven't driven it necessarily, what would be your go-to if you're gonna buy one of these new cars today?
Best new car. And if I was thinking of all the things that I need, or just...
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm going to kind of take that into consideration as well here.
Oh my gosh. I would honestly say best new car after all of this. Oh my gosh, this is so hard! Sports car included? Or no, okay, so no SUVs in this.
Exactly.
Just no trucks
wagon,
too.
Car.
No trucks. Oh, okay, that makes it a little bit easier.
A new car.
A new car. GR Corolla.
GR Corolla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a 911. I don't know. I would say GR Corolla. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, what would you say?
If it's funny you say 911. If the 911 was a manual, I would have chosen the 911.
Yeah.
The GTS. It's between the GR Corolla and the Type S, but I'm gonna have to go Type S.
Oh really? Okay.
For one car to do it all, but it is like so close with those cars.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love the Corolla, man.
Cool.
For me, it looks better than the SI. Than the Type S.
Type S, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and it's much shorter wheelbase than the GR.
Yes.
So it's like chuckable. If I lived here and there was a lot of snow, I would take the Corolla. Yeah. The GR would be the end because you have that car. Reminded me so much of like the older golden age of Evos.
Yeah.
Evo 4, Evo 5.
Okay.
It has a little bit of that like raw feel. But
I haven't driven an old Evo at all actually, so I wouldn't know like what that felt like. But yeah,
we got it.
I haven't driven anything like 7, 6, 5, none of them.
Oh, he may have sold it. My buddy Jerry had an Evo 5 for a second. You got to drive. Evo 5 is the best Evo.
Really?
Well, I mean, 4, 5, 6, they're all pretty much the same. But, yeah. Integra Type S, you guys.
GR Corolla.
There you go. Go test drive them both. See what you like better. SUV and truck.
SUV and truck.
This to me is a no-brainer.
I know, because of the amount of power this thing has, Raptor R instantly.
Instantly.
The Raptor R.
Same? Yes. Easily. The moment I drove that truck, I savored every second I had with it.
I feel like you would have probably been laughing like half the time. It's just giggles because of just how dumb it is.
So dumb. Again, thank you, Ford. They sent it up from Michigan. It had Michigan plates on it.
So cool.
Crazy. Ridiculous. It's expensive. It's probably not worth the money.
I mean, but as a toy. And you could drive it every day too. It has four-wheel drive.
You could, but I'm gonna say this. I haven't calculated a lot of fuel economy on cars I've driven. I do with like hybrids and stuff. This was the least fuel efficient vehicle I've ever driven. Yeah,
but when you're buying a car like that, you're not thinking about fuel economy.
No,
it
is
loud,
horrendously bad,
fast.
Like 6 miles per gallon bad.
It's fine.
Doesn't faze them.
I don't care. Yeah, like I never look at fuel economy of any car. Like,
fair enough.
And unless it's like I'm like, oh, I'm getting it for my family. Even at that, I'm like, nah, you're gonna spend fuel. Yeah. You're gonna buy fuel anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, just lighten up on the gas pedal.
Yeah, that's a fun car.
Guys, those are the new cars.
Okay.
Visceral experience.
1991 Bentley Turbo R.
My buddy Sid's car. One of the most cool old school cars I've driven.
That interior looked glorious.
It smelled like the 80s. I was not alive in the 80s, but whatever the 80s smelled like, that's what it smelled like. It just needs a diff.
Oh, okay.
I slid it in the rain.
Oh no.
It's like 5,000 pound car. But
did it work?
Yeah, it worked. Also, like the whole time you're driving, I'm like, what's gonna break?
Yeah.
The speedo sometimes worked, speedo sometimes didn't. The gas gauge worked, sometimes it didn't.
Because those cars are like in the 20s, 30s? No, are they 20s or 30s?
You can get them anywhere from like 8 to 20,000 USD.
8? Well, you're probably getting a basket case.
You're getting a bad one for 8.
So, but even the nice one, things are probably gonna. That's the only probably bad part about an old British car.
No, you're not dailying it.
I mean, you could.
If you have good tow truck on.
Yeah, it's not how, when is it gonna break, it's how is it gonna break, or what's gonna go, because it is going to break. So 1984 Nissan Skyline R30 RS 2000 turbo, Wow, that's a lot of words, man.
Probably the most cool car on this list.
R30, was that like the very boxy one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was, that's an 84, so yeah, super,
I love
super boxy.
those cars look really cool with the rectangular headlights.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's got, rectangle, but the circular.
Yes.
Iconic circular skyline
Yeah, I
headlights.
love those cars. They look really cool. What do you think?
They look cool. The one I drove, Josh Whitehead's car, I mean, we got it stuck in the parking garage. It's slammed, obviously.
No.
So it was like teeter-totter.
Oh, okay. And it was stock or
That's
no?
in the video. Engine stock, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not as slow as I thought it was going to be.
2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Mini Cooper, 2010 Mini Cooper John Cooper Works WC50.
Do you know what the WC50 is?
No.
I didn't either until I drove it. So I didn't actually drive this car this year, but we have a video on it in the past.
Okay.
It's the World Championship 50. So it's
Oh,
John Cooper,
50
how long
years.
he's been raced. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Okay.
This is Lorenzo's car, 520 wheel horsepower. In a Mini.
That is so ridiculous. That does not even sound safe.
No.
That sounds like a death trap.
It's not safe.
520. Front wheel drive or all?
Front wheel drive. Boost by gear. First time I drove it, it did not have boost by gear. Now it does.
So more manageable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By far the quickest and most powerful front wheel drive car I've ever driven. Just insane. Crazy car.
That's insane. 1993 Mazda FDR X7.
Have you driven a Honda Prelude?
No. So 1988 Honda Prelude 2 liter SI.
Yeah, 2 liter SI.
No, I haven't driven a Honda Prelude.
One of the first, I believe it's the first production four-wheel steering.
Oh wait, actually
in
that's
North America.
why I have.
Really?
Yeah, back in Nigeria, back in my Nigeria
nice.
days. Yeah, like literally over 10 years ago. Wow. But it was completely stock, no modified, obviously. So I don't remember exactly what it felt like because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But this says SI.
Yeah, it's not really, it's not the equivalent of a Civic Si.
Oh, okay.
But it was the top trim. So it had mechanical four-wheel steering. Just
what?
A freaking rod that goes to the back. And just, this is way, I don't want to say it's before Hikas because it wasn't, but it was like a primitive.
That's sick. That's like way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Wow.
It made it feel very strange.
So it was on always? Or no?
Yeah.
Is it?
You can't, no, it's mechanical.
You can't decouple it or anything. Wow.
I mean, I'm sure you could delete the stuff. And,
Yeah.
That's
cool.
It was a novelty experience.
Yeah.
Will they ever be worth money? Probably not. But I would, if you have an opportunity to drive one, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Okay.
Lexus IS300.
Yeah, 2003 Lexus IS300. 1JZ swap.
Fish racing car. It's a 1J. Have you driven a 1J?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
A few. And they sound so
That's the first thing. It's the sound.
So good.
The sound.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
I think I would still take the V8. The 1UZ
really?
over the 1J.
It doesn't make as much power, though.
No, it does not.
It's like
nitrous, it does.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but for how long? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take a 1J any day.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
It's iconic. And the spool was good, and
yeah.
it's just a good F-around car. It's
single turbo?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. 1993 Mazda FDR X7, RMMEA.
So that's, Nikolai on the Island. We had filmed this car years ago. Crazy Itasha on the side. It's got a really cool, and of course RMMEA
I love those kits. They look
subtle, but clean.
Yeah.
Really cool car. He's one of those guys that I can't see him selling that car.
Oh, okay. So
he's had it for
car.
He's had it for 15, I want to say 10, 15 years now.
1997 Toyota Soarer Twin Charge.
Ooh, yeah.
Twin Charge. Oh, that's cool.
This video went crazy. This was one of the ones that got traction.
What? Twin Charge. I haven't seen this video. What?
So imagine an E55 AMG twin screw supercharger on a 1JZ sitting under the exhaust manifold.
Okay.
No, intake manifold. Yeah, intake.
Yeah, intake. Oh, yeah.
So it spools up low RPM, or doesn't spool it. It gives you boost, low RPM. And at a certain point, the clutch disengages. And around that time, or at the same time, I believe, it shuts the diversion, and all of that air just rushes to the turbo, and then it operates as a
turbo. Oh, that's fascinating.
And then it's just turbo.
Did he engineer this himself, or?
Yeah, him and the guys at Carmena Performance. Blaine Carmena, thanks for putting that shoot together.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Insane.
It's just a shame the Soar is not a better looking vehicle.
No, it does not look good. But
it doesn't look bad.
it is
but
forgivable when you have that kind of setup. Come on.
And the paint was nuts. The paint's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to go check out the video right after this video. So
Kyle's painted that car. It's just
sick.
Nuts.
1992 Supra, 340 horsepower, 7-speed manual.
7M GTE.
What's a 7M?
So 7M's before the 2J.
Oh, third gen Supra.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's known as like the unreliable, unloved.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this car. It's probably close to what you would want to push on a stock 7M, and that was his goal.
Yeah.
Fun car.
Awesome.
Mark IIIs are undervalued, underappreciated.
Yeah.
Go buy one.
Ford Explorer ST.
Yeah, 500 whatever horsepower.
Sick.
Fast, heavy.
2002 RS6 Avant.
Have you driven any of the old
RS6 Avants?
Audis?
Yes, but not the RS, any of the RSs. So, what did you think? That's the Avant is the wagon.
Never sold here, so he bought it from somebody who had imported it. Really cool. I mean, this is the problem. The engine was developed by Cosworth. It's a twin turbo V8, but it's from an era where it's a 5-speed auto slush box.
Yeah, similar to that.
Yeah,
I think Audis, Mercedes from that time period, like those 5 speeds were not very.
Yeah,
they were slow.
Leave it in auto, forget about it. But as like a cool car, amazing.
1999 Silvia S15. Oh, that was a cool
we
one.
did this video.
That was a cool
There we
car.
go. Here's a
that was a sick car.
An hour into the video.
I know. That was a very cool car. I like that one. 99 Aston Martin DB7 Vantage. Yo, this.
You should ask Jerry.
The best sounding car I have probably heard in like what?
Yeah.
Oh,
ridiculous.
V12. Oh, it's so good.
High pitched. So good. Probably the best sounding car I drove all year.
Oh, I thought that was one of the best sounding cars I heard. So good. Like in the video, it's just like it's ear piercing.
It is. It's higher pitched than the F12 is. The F12 is more like a muscular.
Yeah, it's more like a muscular.
I think that's the best value. I don't even think this is debatable. The best value V12 manual car you could buy today. And best sounding.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I don't know what we would say for reliability. I know there are probably like 2 Ford V6s strapped together.
That's what people say.
I don't know how true that is.
I've never torn apart one.
So I don't know.
It is kind of.
Yeah.
But it's got different parts on it. It's not exactly that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of is.
But yeah, old Astons are like, I want an old Aston.
Yeah.
Like 90s to early 2000s. Like
Like a Vantage.
Like a V8 Vantage. I really want one so bad. And so one day, because they're cheap. They're like 30s.
That's
US.
another one.
I don't know if Canadian or not.
The V8 Vantage and the DB, and the V8 Vantage looks way better, but those are, pick one up if you can.
I know.
They're so good.
V12. So, 2003 Honda CR-V.
I think this is my most viewed video of the year.
Really?
Which is hilarious. That's 700,000.
Really?
Dumb.
500 horsepower on a manual. Yo.
Just like
what motor is in it? KA?
Yeah, it's K24.
Oh, not K. Okay. K24. Okay. Shoot, that's
stupid
sick.
fast. Ridiculous fast manual.
Oh my god.
It's what you would expect out of a 500 horsepower.
Insane.
What is that? 2nd gen CRV?
Yeah.
Tiny little thing.
I cannot imagine how sketchy that was.
The most sketchy car. We were talking about cars that might throw you off the road. That's a car that would do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so sick. 1981 Honda Motor Compo.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, is that their bike thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always secretly like one of those things like, yeah, I'll drive that. I saw your video on that. It's so funny.
Just
so funny.
A little thing, if you can find one, if that's your thing.
The 2008 Toyota Crown Athlete.
That was the one I drove at the same time as the new Crown. Yeah, it's a Crown.
Yeah.
That is probably the best value. If you don't mind driving on the right-hand side, best value luxury car that you could buy.
Really?
Used, period.
What do they go for?
Easy. I think the owner bought, definitely less than 10.
Oh, whoa, I was thinking like 20.
No, like $8,000-9,000. Imported, maybe you're paying about 10. So like 8 USD.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna think, I was like, would you not take a Toyota Century? But I don't think it's...
This will never break, though.
Toyota Century's never gonna break.
The V12? You don't think so?
No, man.
What's
it called? A good friend of mine had one.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and sick car. I mean, it's a V12. It's two 1JZs together, pretty much. That's what that V12 is. Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, you can't get them for like that price.
No.
The earlier ones you probably can, but reliability not as reliable as the later ones.
I would rather have a Century.
But yeah, still though, luxury car, like that's cool. 2003 C55 AMG manual swap.
This video is coming out next week. The cheapest horsepower in the used market. Can you think of anything else?
Is it supercharged?
Yep.
Oh, it's M113K.
Yeah, so you know. I wasn't really well versed in the Mercedes.
Yo, I love that. That is a sick engine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's supercharged. It has like 500 horsepower.
470-ish.
500.
What have you driven with it?
So I used to. I'm trying to think. Not CLK. What is they called? CLS 55.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
What else? There's another 55 that I've also driven with it as well. But that is one of the best engines I think Mercedes has ever made, or one of the best engines, modern day engines ever. Such a good engine. Awesome. What did you think?
Burnout machine.
Oh my god.
Just stupid fast.
Manual.
Doesn't do so well in the corner. No, it was. Oh, sorry. We're talking about the C55 AMG. Sorry.
What were you thinking?
I got E50. I also drove an E55.
Oh, same engine. Same engine.
This one, no, the C55 does not have the supercharger on it. It's the M113, not a K.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
I got confused. This one was manual swapped. Amazing car.
What did he put the manual out of?
A base, like a C320 of the same generation.
Did it bolt up? I'm actually curious.
Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna talk after this.
Dude, it sounded like a Corvette. It was taut. I was not expecting it to handle.
Gosh, that's cool.
He got wide, sticky tires, like the whole thing. Great car.
Because we're looking at doing putting this engine in a 190E, and we were like we were not sure of the manual side of things of how that would go. So we're gonna talk after this. Maybe I'll get into this guy. Yeah,
he owns about 10 AMGs. He's in Seattle.
It's an AMG nut.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
1995 C36 AMG.
I've been wanting to drive this car my entire life. Have you driven like any of the old
AMGs? No. So this was pre-merger.
It was considered the first post.
Oh, okay.
I believe so. One of the, if not, there's kind of a gray area there. And I don't want to mess it up.
6-cylinder.
Yeah, 6-cylinder, straight 6. It feels old at this point, but it looks way better than the C55 or E55, in my humble opinion.
I love 90s Mercedes. They look sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 1995 Skyline R33 GTR.
Have you driven a GTR yet?
No.
Everything else will just not be ever as good.
Really?
Yeah.
I've driven like GTT and all of those little, everything else but a GTR. So GTRs I have no clue.
They just feel different. But yeah, that was the comparison with the Nissan Z.
No, I've driven an R32 GTR.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then it blew up. But I drove it.
I've also been in a Skyline when it blew up, so...
It was so bad. I was like, oh no, did I just break this? But it was not me. It's fine.
It happens.
But I haven't driven a 33 GTR though. So, but I love GTRs. So I don't think they're worth what they're charging for them these days.
The 34 is certainly not. I agree with you on that. Yeah. What do you think quickly an R34 GTR is worth to you? What would you pay for one?
Max like 50 grand.
Really?
Max.
I would double that, but okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's $100,000.
I don't know. It's a 90s Nissan. I don't know.
You said. Why are you here with me right now? Why are you in this room?
It's a 90s Nissan. I don't know. Like,
who is this guy?
Like, you could get so many other things. Doubling that, like, I would.
100 grand doesn't get you much.
I would say I would pick that over the Supra still though. Like a Mark IV Supra.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
It's not even competition.
Yeah. So, but because when I'm thinking of GTR, they still make the GTR. R30, I would get even an R35 at that price. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Really?
Like, yeah, like even if I had $100,000, I would not buy an R35.
You could get a nice R35.
If there were R34s, I would not get an R34 for 100 grand.
Wow.
I would get the cheapest R35 I could get.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the way I think. That's just me.
Enough.
But I'm just weird like that. But
it would be faster out of the box.
I know.
Way faster.
I know.
You guys tell us.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong. You guys can attack me. It's fine.
They will.
Yeah. 2003 Dodge Neon SRT4. Mopar Stage 3.
I had never... Have you driven a Neon SRT4? No. It's like a staple in the tuner game.
Okay.
I had never driven one, nor had I really wanted to.
I've driven something with the engine, though. Someone put it in the back of a Fiero.
Oh.
I think.
That's a smart move.
Yeah. And so...
Still isn't a cool car. Okay.
I know. So it was interesting, though. It was cool. What did you think about this?
It's what I expected. It was about as much power as I would want out of a front-wheel drive car.
Was it too much for the chassis?
No.
No? Okay.
No, it felt awesome. Mm-hmm. The Mopar Stage 3, he had everything like... So it wasn't just like a hodgepodge build. It was like a nice, well thought out build. Clean, it rode nice, no rubbing, no scraping.
2012 Ferrari F12. With a Duke Dynamics wide body.
We both drove this car.
Yes. Yeah. That was a cool car.
We're going to wrap this up very soon.
2000 Nissan Silvia S15 Varietta. Varietta, is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's the convertible. Have you seen this?
Oh, I remember the one you drove in the fires.
Yeah.
Not in the fires, but you drove it during fires.
Kind of a catch-22 because it looked really cool, but it was sad that people were losing their homes.
Yeah. That was a nice looking car.
So I'm not a big fan of convertibles. This is the question. Do you think the Varietta is only cool because it is rare?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
100%. Yes.
That answers
That's the only reason why
okay.
it is. Yeah, it looks cool.
I was afraid of that.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't rare, I'll be like, oh, okay. But yeah, it is cool because it is rare.
I think I think it's a large part of it.
Yeah.
Is it's cool because it's rare, but also it is cool. Yeah. It's a hard top convertible, which
which is also crazy.
Which is kind of at that time was not really seen very often, but
yeah,
that's the big question.
I would take a hard top any day.
Easy.
Any day.
No question.
Yeah. Our 1999 R34 GTT.
Yeah, Jerry's car. Driven GTTs before.
Is yours a GTT too?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He had done like the partial GTR swap conversion on the front. Yeah, it's a great car.
What do you think when people put the GTR signs on not GTRs?
I called Jerry out for this in the video. I was like, I wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Why are you putting a GTR badge on a GTT? You put the body kit on it, sure.
I know, yeah.
It's still RB25. It's still rear-wheel drive. Anyways, still a great buy. If they shoot up to like 80 to 100K, it's not worth it. Don't pay 100K for a GTT, guys.
But I mean, it's good news for you, though.
And I own one.
Exactly. No, pay 100K. He needs to. Sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, 2017 Audi RS3.
So that was the modified previous generation we drove with iRose. It looks a lot simpler, but that one was at 690 wheel horsepower. Stock bottom end.
Wow.
690 wheel. That's their hybrid turbo kit. Yeah. That just keeps it fresh.
Bottom end.
Bolt-ons, tune. It was running about E60, I believe.
1993 FDRX7.
Like, the fit move was nice.
Yeah,
no rubbing. It wasn't stanced out. It didn't have any gimmicks.
And you could drive it.
And he drove it hard.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is cool. Yeah.
1997 Mazda Repo.
Oh my god, we have so many
Repo.
Left. Should we skip some of these?
Boom.
So you had said you've never driven a rotary car.
No.
Did you know that Mazda made a rotary truck?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It almost looks like a Datsun 620.
Yeah, dude, I had no idea.
Yeah.
How did I miss this?
Yes. What were your thoughts?
It's just that it had charm. I don't know how else to say it. It was just charm. And it wasn't nearly as slow as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. 1971 Toyota Hilux Ute.
Slowest vehicle I drove this year. It's so utilitarian. Like the Repo is a cars and coffee kind of car. And that's what the owner used it for. The Hilux, you could just not feel bad like hucking things in the back.
Yeah.
And we never got them here. The Utes. So Hilux
Utes are sick.
Really cool.
1989 Datsun Sunny truck.
Yeah, so Nissan Sunny that we can't get here. That's a truck.
2020 Toyota Supra. Time Attack.
So you drove it? Oh no, you said you hadn't driven?
No Supra.
No Supra? Okay, this one was built for Time Attack. I drove it on the street on a cold day. It was so squirrely. It was a scary experience.
Wow. Was it tuned at all or just like aero and stuff?
No, big. Yeah, it had a big turbo kit on it. AMS, Alpha.
Okay, yeah, AMS. I love
make stuff
AMS. They make some good
easy.
things. They make stuff for Z's too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
R34.5, 2010.
I wanted you to come out on this shoot. You were in SEMA.
Yeah, I know.
You were at SEMA.
Terrible things happened when I was at SEMA, or great things happened when I was at SEMA.
Yes.
Oh well. How was it? What was it? Why is it a 0.5?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Adam.
it's Adam from. Oh, I know
Yeah,
Adam.
yeah.
Okay. I was
Crazy
like,
mad scientist.
I remember
machine shop
meeting him
Adam.
at crap. What's the name of that thing? At Driven.
Driven. Yeah, he was at Driven.
At an R35 chassis with an R34 body, so body swap.
Yes, R35, perfectly good car. Chop it up, take 4.5 inches out of the wheelbase, stick an R34 on top. Boom, you're done.
Such a cool car. When I saw that, because some cars, a lot of body swap cars are not really done well. And so even as we're in, we build custom cars, and so my bosses hate, any body swaps. But whenever we saw this car at Driven, he did such a good job. And we're like, wow, this is actually done well. All the seams were done right.
Very well.
All the chops, everything was done properly.
Yeah.
And the fit and finish was nice. Like the interior, the way he connected the doors and the dash, everything was just done so well. And so props to Adam for that.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
He took his time, and
It took 3 years or something? Insane?
About, 2.5. I saw it the summer of 2022, and it was... it was kind of on the R35, but it was all the time he put fit and finish. And in that video, I really wanted to emphasize just how calm his demeanor is, how it seems, how he's able to keep that composure, and how much patience, as I'm sure you guys know, at the shop, it takes to build a car like that.
Because it's so easy to be like, I'm just going to run out. I've done the basics. It's welded on together. Just tack it up. Let's go. But yeah, he took a lot of time with that too.
Crazy.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
1997 Skyline R33 Pandem wide body.
Built by Boost Factory. Super clean car. Not a lot of people build cars like this. A lot of attention to detail. I mean, full restoration too.
Yeah.
Fully stripped out. Everything was painted. Crazy car.
2003 Mercedes E55 AMG.
We kind of talked about this a little bit. M113K.
Such a cool car. I've always loved the amount of power. It's honestly one of the best values for horsepower.
I think it's the best
2023.
Right now, I think it's the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just looking for straight power. Burnout. We did lots of burnouts. The video comes out next week. It was fun.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. 2016 Mini Paceman John Cooper Works.
What did you call it before?
The bread truck.
The bread truck. I love that.
It's I don't know. It just has a typical shape of what you would imagine, for me at least, a bread truck to be. But
it's like a miniature van. Yeah.
I know, almost like a van,
Lorenzo's crazy, 405 wheel horsepower.
Insane.
All-wheel drive. We think, I asked him, I'm like, is this the most powerful all-wheel drive Mini in the world? He's like, I don't know, maybe.
Probably. That's a lot of power in
engine, closed
in a van. That's sick. Or in a SUV.
For deliveries,
yeah. And then 1993 Acura Integra J32 V6 swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did this one together.
Yeah, we drove this car. What did you think this car was going to drive like?
I was not sure what to... I just thought it was going to be heavy. Maybe it's just me.
Which
the front end was... Yeah, it was. But it actually drove well. The handle corners really well, actually. Yeah. You did push it, and it was wet too.
It was
so
wet.
It took a while, fair bit of pushing it into the corner for it to actually step out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was a great car. It still needs some finishing touches.
Yeah. It would be interesting to again get this on a dry surface.
Yes.
To really see. Because it's going to understeer more.
Yes.
It is. It's just, you're pushing the weight further forward. But for what it was, I was not expecting it to work.
No.
And it worked.
It worked really well, actually.
Yeah. And it sounded good.
It sounds
I thought
so
it sounded good.
Yeah. I was expecting a lot of rasp, as a typical Honda exhaust would have if you were to modify it. But no, it sounded really good. And it sounded meaty.
Yeah.
Which is typical. It's a V6, so glorious.
Yeah. Usually not great, I don't think. V6 The shifter was good, too. That's another thing. Yeah.
Awesome. And I think
that was it. Oh my, we made it, dude.
Whew, it's been a long one. So apologies if this video is 5 hours long. No, it's not that long. It's not that long.
Easily the longest video on this channel.
I know. So, favorite car. I guess we haven't talked about that yet. What is your favorite?
The R34.5 that Adam built, that was the only car I drove this year that was truly, from the ground up, a custom car.
Yes.
You cannot... You're not throwing parts on something. it is a one-off car.
Yeah.
Same to a certain extent with the Pan and wide-body R33, but I think that car and Kyle's twin-charged Soarer. I mean, those two cars just blew me away this year. And there's so many, like the Fish Racing 1J car,
so
like that's a complete car. Like it works, it functions as it should. But those two, the Soarer and the R34.5.
I'm with you on the R34.5, the body swap car. I love that thing.
Yeah,
I want it so bad. And then it's also, come on, V12 Ferrari.
The F12, yeah.
The sound. I'm just a sucker for V12.
But
like we said it earlier.
Yeah.
Same thing with the DB7 Aston. Like that was also a sick car. But it's a Ferrari. It sounds glorious. Yeah. It's a wide body. I love wide body. Even though it was not a perfect car, I want one so bad.
They're amazing. I want one. I'm waiting for them to come down.
I know.
I feel like
whenever
they're
they come to
still
like 20
going
grand,
to
I'll get one.
You'll be here for a while.
Never happening.
Never. Literally never.
I know. But that's it.
Sweet, man. What was your... Let's wrap up just with
yes.
the cars that you drove. What was your favorite that wasn't on that list?
I love the GT3 RS. That was one of the 997.1 GT3 RS. That was such a cool car. In every way of the form. I used to think ask myself why Porsche had so many different types of 911. There's like, we were checking the website earlier, there's like 20 something versions of the 911. I'm like, how many cars can they make?
Normal people will never get that. They look at that, they're like,
but
what?
Seeing and driving pretty much almost all of them, including classic ones from the 80s, 70s to modern ones and all the variants, there's a reason they make a lot of them, because there's such a big difference between all of them. 3RS, glorious. The suspension was a little bit like
it's stiff,
harsh,
it beats you up.
But engine, the Metzger engine, glorious. And it's interesting just how different it feels, because it's the same engine that's in a 911 turbo from like 997.1.
Very similar.
996. Yeah. So
turbos don't
they're
run
all
as high.
Metzger engines, but still. It feels so different. It sounds very different. It handles differently. The suspension in the Turbo S was more like soft and all that.
It's a GT car.
GT3 RS, yeah. And then what else? M3.
Like GT3 RS for me, and I said this before the cameras died, or after the cameras died. I drove one off camera briefly, and that solidified. Like that is top 3 dream cars for me.
Yes. Yeah.
But what else did you?
What's it called? M3. That's probably my top. Like, if I was to pick a sedan.
Like a normal car.
Normal. Yeah, a lot of power, 500 and something. It was an M3 Comp, too.
Yeah.
So 500 something horsepower. Not a huge fan of the grille. The black did help mask it, but it looked good in the black. Interior is insane. Like, the interior was so nice. Like, all the technology, like, you can select. I didn't even know it was all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But you can select it, make it completely rear-wheel drive, make it completely all-wheel drive. Like,
that's crazy.
That you can do that. You can transform the characteristics of the car. You can literally make it like 4 cars in one.
Yeah.
And I just love that it's so versatile.
Technology in 2023 is...
crazy.
It is mind-blowing.
Crazy.
And I believe they still offer the M3 in rear-wheel drive, too.
Yes,
I believe they also offer
the non-comp might be rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but that was
sure.
a sick car. Yes. So
I'm glad to hear that it lived up.
But I will still take an E90 or E92 M3.
I get it.
That's my favorite generation of M3s. V8, high revving, glorious.
That's why you like the F12. And GT3 RS.
I know. Yeah.
And then Testarossa too.
Testarossa. That was also fun. That was a pinch myself moment, but I went away from it wanting more. I feel like it was more, to me again, it was more hypey.
Yeah,
it was more like I've heard so much about it and I went with it. Maybe I went with it in a different state of mind than I should have.
It was too much of it.
But,
you put it on too much of a pedestal.
I put it on too much of a pedestal. I was like, it was cool. It was fast. It was, even for today, very fast. But it was still not as glorious as, like, I don't know. Yeah, like I thought.
Yeah.
Cool car. Glorious.
That's like Wolf of Wall Street type stuff.
I know.
It's not, but
yeah.
You got it.
Such a cool car.
Okay, you guys. Hey, that was it.
Yes, it's
We've
been a long
here.
one.
Man, we've been here all day.
It's dark now.
It's dark.
I can't even see outside. But it's
Hopefully
been
there's
fun.
not a foot of snow.
I know. Yeah, it literally snowed for the first time today, so I'm gonna be excited to drive back.
Yeah, thanks guys for watching. This was our wrap up of 2023. We both drove a lot of cars. I didn't want to do this by myself. I needed somebody else's like feedback. Maybe tell me
it
where
was
I'm
a
wrong.
lot of fun. No, it was, and it was cool. We both have our different opinions.
Yeah.
Oh, we do agree in some
In a lot of ways, but
yeah,
come on, a GTR, an R34 GTR is just an old Nissan.
That's
gonna stick
I
with
know.
me for a
Yes,
while.
that's exactly what I think. Yeah, I wouldn't pay more than 50 grand for an R34 GTR.
Oh.
Fight me.
All right, go fight on the Golden Drive on
Yes.
YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. Yeah, videos are still coming out on both the channels. You can see SEMA stuff on.
Oh yes,
Elvis's
more
channel.
stuff coming. We had some not embargo, media embargo for some of the cars that I filmed because we filmed it in a random location in the desert.
Yeah.
And so more SEMA content to come, or more SEMA cars to come.
Perfect.
So,
All right, you guys. We'll see you soon.
bye.